Hey everyone, Phoenix here. Today I am trying Monster Play in Lord of the Rings Online. So in order to access Monster Play, you're going to just click on the Monster Play button at the launcher and you have all of these different options of classes that you can pick from. I just went with the Reaver. This is intended to be like a DPS melee class, which seemed the most interesting to me. You can see here they have the roll of damage and they give you some naming guidelines, which I tried to follow just to roleplay a little bit here. And then you can either generate a random name or you can hit create and make your character and head into the game world. Now, I just wanted to provide some context from Asheron's Call on this. So Turbine, who developed Asheron's Call and also developed the Lord of the Rings Online, I am 90% sure developed Althoi play in Asheron's Call as a test for Monster Play in Lord of the Rings Online. So very similarly in Asheron's Call, and this is on my private server, you can create an Althoi character, which is a automatically flagged for PvP in Asheron's Call character, and you end up on this island, very similar to Monster Play, where you can speak with the Althoi Queen and get your buffs, and you can go to a vendor and buy items that improve your character slowly over time. And this was intended as a way for players to just jump right into PvP without having to spend the time to level up a character, which can take quite a long time in Asheron's Call, and jump right in. So thought that was some interesting context here. Now back to Lord of the Rings Online, that you can see is quite similar, but obviously with some different flavoring. You get jumped into the Etten Moors, which is the PvP zone in Lord of the Rings Online. You're in this orc camp and spawn right in. Obviously all these tips come up because I have that enabled for whatever reason, but you get jumped in with this tutorial quest through this area, and you can do a bunch of different stuff, learn your character, learn your skills. And it's a pretty interesting encampment. There's all these training dummies, which are part of the tutorial. And I like that Orion, named one after himself. I assume that the other ones are named for developers of the game as well. We can talk to the War Tyrant here and get some additional quests, continue with our tutorial.
You want to be drilled full of maggot holes?
And I do like the, sound effects or the minimal voice acting, but for the orcs I thought has been quite good. So you get some quests here. Some of them are I believe, weekly quests like this one. So they want you to do different things. You can continue the tutorial learning about the different factions, which is basically the different character classes that you can pick from. And then if you pick a certain faction, you get some bonus buffs, and some of them are better for different classes than others. So yeah, they provide huge buffs. You definitely want to make sure that you speak with an emissary, complete the quest, which is just talking to them again, and then you'll get an item that can be slotted into your skills, which I will show you how to do that in a second. Some of the other quests reward commendations, and commendations are basically the currency in the orc encampment, which you can use to buy things like food and potions and character upgrades. So now this is the trait panel. So you can see we slotted in a trait here, and then later I figured out how to slot in that class skill that we got earlier. So here we get to train the march skill, which is basically like using a mount for the monsters, which is nice. You get some serious speed boost, which is great. Now the thing is, you can't fight while you're marching. It's very similar to not being able to fight while you're on your mount in Lord of the Rings Online. So you just have to be aware to cancel your march when you want to fight, when you need to fight. I have definitely times early in my PvP experience here where I was marching, didn't realize I was marching, and I tried to fight. So here's the map. You can see there's all these different outposts and areas, and I have quite a few quests already, just having started. The map is quite large and pretty interesting. There's, like frozen peaks, there's green hills, and then there's these outposts here where there's kind of like a capture the flag vibe going on, where the free peoples or normal characters can capture it and the monster players can capture it. And I did not realize the difference between a regular character and myself right off the bat. Tried to have a fight with this person and immediately got completely destroyed. Now, you have to level up these characters the same way you level up a normal character, so definitely want to get in a group, which is what I did here. I found a nice group that were PvPing, and also, we were able to do some of the quests in the area to level up our characters. So they're called ranks instead of levels, because you can see I'm already level 150. But you do improve your character over time, and the other way to improve your character over time is by earning those commendations, and you can just straight buy upgrades for your character. Now, the other thing you can notice from all of this is that there's a ton going on. There are a lot of people playing Monster Play because of the new Update 45 introduced some cool new things for Monster Play. So here we are capturing one of the outposts. We have to kill this Moss Patch Elder and then use the standard of Gargoth, and that will give the monster players control of the outpost. So we're able to take the outpost here, and we get that completes a quest, gets commendations, and experience, quote unquote. And even if you were involved in it, you don't have to capture the flag yourself to get credit for it, which was quite nice. And you can see here how many quests are given out. It's almost hard to keep up with, but you might as well just get them all, and then you kind of complete them slowly over time. So there we go. I have assisted in the capture of an outpost, and now you can see that some of the monster player allies spawn, like there's this big troll here. Now the other thing I was able to do because of this group was complete some quests. So there are actually some interesting quests here. Like this is kind of like, it's called like a raid, but it's not really a raid. There's just some more difficult monsters that you get credit for fighting, and you can earn more commendations, but you definitely do need at least a small group to complete if you're a monster player. Not sure if a Free People's character can play it. I didn't try monster play from the other side because the whole point was to try out the actual monster play and being an orc. But I bet that it's fun on the other side, and I'm excited to get my main character leveled up to 150 and participate in this area. Now, there were also these drakes that we fought, some more questing. I did make a little short video on this, but I will say it again. These monsters are named after the old Asheron's Call servers. This is a Winter's Ebb drake, which Winter's Ebb was one of the Asheron's Call servers back when Asheron's Call was around. And there are quite a few other examples in this area. There's Leaf Coal monsters, Cold Eve monsters. These are all Asheron's Call servers, and Winter's Ebb doesn't necessarily mean anything, or Leaf Coal doesn't necessarily mean anything in the context of the Ettenmoor, so it's definitely an Easter egg for Asheron's Call, which I thought was really cool. So traveling along here, we're going to run into some Free People's players, and this person was probably reading something online or definitely not paying attention, and you get a nice little fight here. Of course, I had my march going, didn't notice it. A second Free People's character showed up to join the fight. So the best thing about the Reaver character that I'm playing is it has an ability when the enemy is below 50% health that you can use that does just like a ton of damage. So you really want to whittle them down and then use that below 50%. Now, my abilities are very limited because I'm rank 1 and I haven't purchased any upgraded abilities yet. That is something that I will be doing at some point in this video. I didn't realize the magnitude of the improvements that purchasing those abilities got you, it's very, very similar to a regular character. There's a lot of improvement opportunity. So this was a really good fight. It was 4-on-2, but free people's characters just seem to be worth more in a fight than monster play characters, especially me. I'm like practically worthless in all these fights, and I'm trying my best though. So here's a forward camp, and the free people are raiding it. This is owned by the monster players at this point, but the free peoples were trying to take it back, and I just get completely wiped out. But you can definitely revive, and the revive area is pretty close, so I definitely just hit that march and head right back into the fight. Do have to drop down this cliff here. You can see your group on the map, which is nice. This is kind of my introduction to group experience in Lord of the Rings Online. Like, I haven't done too many, instances or raids or anything, so I really enjoyed just kind of playing with a small group. And even though it's PvP, which is not necessarily like my preferred way to play a game, I did really enjoy this experience. Especially with the new changes in Update 45, there was so much activity. And the other thing to mention is that with the 64-bit server changes, there are so many people on these servers now, so it just makes it's like perfect for monster play. So if you're interested in doing this monster play, it's definitely the time to give it a shot. And here's some more big fights. I kind of just am lost a lot of times in these fights just because, I don't know what the target priority is, but there's also, look at how many free people's players there are attacking our small little fellowship. And they came back and were fighting for the forward encampment again. Now, the NPC monsters do defend. I don't know that they do, a great job of defending it, but they do try. They collected hobbit feet. That's one of the quests. Oh man, I love the lore master. I'm pretty sure that's a lore master with all the lighting, but it does so much damage. Yeah, I probably should not have run into that massive group. So anyway, that's, my small experience with the fighting in Monster Play. So now, if you go to the Monster Player Trainer, you can see there's all of these skills, and I guess what I didn't realize or wasn't expecting is you can buy actual active skills, which is really nice. So you can see I can buy this Severing Strike, which does 25,000 orc damage, which is definitely an upgrade from my basic stabbing attack, and is going to make me a lot better when I come back and do more of this monster play. There's also some debuff skills, like you can buy Blinding Dust. So you can see that earning those commendations and completing those quests to fill out your skills. And then there's also passive upgrades. So this Audacity one, you can just continuously rank up, and you get small increases in your character's just core statistics, which is really, really nice. And then you can buy, battlefield promotions for free, which you earned, and that increases your rank. So that's nice. So you definitely want to go back and get that battlefield promotion when you earn it, because as you can see, that was just a 3% damage increase, which those kind of things add up over time to make you more useful in monster play. So, and then on the final tab here, we have traits. So you can, when you rank up, you earn appearances for your orc, which is cool. So here I can get this White Hand Fighter appearance, and I'll just, you have to equip that like any other trait, and it will make you look like a White Hand Orc, which is cool. And then you can also buy some different types of upgrades. Like there, you could buy an upgrade that turned your damage into fire. If that was better for you, you can give up health to get more damage and become more of a glass cannon, and just some other interesting buffs. And just finally got a little bit upgraded, and we are raiding the Hobbit village here for the final part of this video. Big fight here against Wilmac Loaming, a NPC for one of the big quests that you can do. And now we are in free people's territory, so you know, just have to be on the lookout while you're doing this. But we've got a nice group here. I love all the diversity of the monster play characters too. Like, we've got spiders and, you know, orc archers and reavers, and then like one of the people that I was playing with was like an orc captain and was able to heal and buff us. So there is still some nice diversity in the monster play roles that you can pick, and having a good diverse group was super helpful. There's also a warg that you can play, which has the ability to stealth, and that stealth was really nice to kind of ambush free people players who, you know, thought maybe they had an easy fight against a small group of orcs. And then these wargs kind of come out of nowhere and jump into the fight. And there we go. We earned a bunch of loot there. And then we get immediately ambushed by actual free people characters. And we had a nice fight here to wrap up the end of this video. Just going to let this play. I will say that I really enjoyed my short experience with Monster Play. I played for probably like 2 to 3 hours. This was on a Friday night, which was nice because it was nice and busy. Ton going on. I will definitely be checking out Monster Play again and maybe making some more content around it. Let me know in the comments if you had tried Monster Play with the new update 45 or just on the 64-bit servers with all the people playing. Let me know what you think about it. As always, thanks for watching the video. I really do appreciate the support. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. It really does help the channel out. And we will see you in the next one.